You looking for this?
Welcome back to Boomshot. I'm Kel. This is Colby, and we just got finished watching Puss in Boots.
The Last Wish.
Yes, one of the coldest movies of all time. Speaking of cold, it's really cold outside, but this is like one of the coldest movies of all time, dude.
In a good way.
In the best way possible.
It was a good movie, man, and we'll dive into it.
Yeah. Okay. So, starting off, what'd you think? Just initial thoughts. What'd you think about the movie?
It was funny. We kind of knew that from the trailers.
Yeah. Holy frijoles.
There's a lot of moments like that. Where even they just straight up bleeped it out.
Yeah, they really did, dude.
It honestly had me weak. But...
Every kid's movie is starting to be less and less like a kid's movie and more just like a movie for adults that kids happen to go watch.
Well, I mean, Shrek's always been like that, so
yeah,
I'm glad they're not. They're leaving some things in there for the older audiences.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely appreciate that as well. Because as we've seen on Twitter, this movie has been blowing up amongst the older audience. So, which we covered the trailer way back when. We were on the hype train for Puss in Boots.
We were one of the first.
We really were one of the first on the Puss in Boots hype train. I enjoyed the movie. We went to go see it pretty late, but like there was nobody. It was literally only we went with 2 other dudes, so it was all 4 of us in there. And we just had the whole movie to ourselves, and it was a blast. It was pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, it was a good experience. I mean, like we've said before, we like to have a lot of people in the theater with us.
Yeah.
But it was also kind of funny. We were just all there by ourselves.
I think that movie was better without people because like you could watch it. I don't know, like you could actually like laugh at the joke. Like we just laughed at stuff that wasn't even funny.
Yeah, that's true. Like we weren't because. And if a lot of people were there, we'd have been like kind of obnoxious laughing as much as we were.
That's true.
But we were just cracking up, and nobody could hear us. And
it wasn't only funny too, though. It was actually a really good story. So like with the little the dog.
Cricket. Oh
no, and the cricket. Yeah, I guess that's a good point too. But the dog, like the whole dog finding like his family or whatnot. Goldilocks finds her family. Spoiler warning, by the way, if you. Or anyway,
we should have put that in the intro.
Yeah, we should have put that. I'll put that in the intro. But then like we see Puss, like even though despite the fact that like he's on his last life, he decides to give up that wish.
Yeah. And
actually, well, the wish gets torn apart, but he decides not to take the wish to have 9 more lives.
And we kind of talked about that when we first reacted to it. That we kind of hinted that we thought that's what he was going to do.
Yeah.
Because Puss is always, the bravest in the bunch.
Yeah.
And then he gets down to his last life, and all of a sudden his hair stands up like a normal cat, and he's like, crap.
Yeah.
I can't die now.
Which we can actually talk about that, dude. One of the coldest part of this movie was the wolf. I think Nobu was his name, or something like that.
I mean, I guess he was like an archetype of the big bad wolf.
Yeah, kind of.
But I mean, he's I think he's one of the most well-designed animated villains I've seen.
Oh, for sure.
No joke.
There was like, dude, the movie opens up and Puss dies for his 8th time, and then he goes into this like bar on his 9th life, where he's just chilling, drinking some kitty milk, and then the wolf walks in, and like the whistle he does whenever he walks in is like super. It was actually kind of scary.
And Puss at that point in the movie, when the wolf gets him, he bleeds a little bit. I was like, wait a second.
I know, and it made Puss scared for real. It was like, dude, it was sick.
That's the first time I've seen blood in an animated movie in a while. I mean, it wasn't gory or anything.
Yeah, no, not much.
But that kind of set the tone. I was like, dang, dude, this is going to be kind of a lighthearted but serious tone here.
Yeah, for real. It's kind of like every Guardians movie has like a deeper tone or like a deeper meaning, but like it's very lighthearted at the same time. So, dude, that wolf was insane. One of the better parts of the movie. Another great part of the movie was Jack Horner, dude. and the cricket, Jiminy. I guess it's Jiminy. I don't know.
I mean, I looked it up before the video, and it just said talking bug in different places. But yeah, that's what we were calling him.
Those 2 people, or Jack Horner and the cricket, were hilarious, dude.
Yeah, I mean that's one of the best combos since The Rock and Kevin Hart. So. We were just talking about that off camera.
Yeah, we were.
I mean, that's another thing. I mean, the designs of these characters was just great. I mean, the animation in general.
Yeah, the style of animation. Like we said in our original trailer reaction, it looked very Spider-Verse-esque.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of took a page from Spider-Verse. The way it I don't know how you would call it. It like skips around a little bit.
Yeah, almost. And like in certain scenes or movements, I guess animations are drug out. Like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Does that make any sense? Like, it has a certain kind of special effect to it that only comic books would have or something like that. So
Yeah.
it kind of was like that, and I really dug the animation style for real. There wasn't like it's probably one of the prettiest animated movies I've seen.
Yeah, and I think a lot of the credit goes to Spider-Verse, like we said a while ago. I mean, I think that's going to set the tone. Just a little sidetrack here for the rest of like animated movies going forward.
Yeah,
but the animation was beautiful, and I just can't get over the big bad wolf, man.
Yeah, the big bad wolf was the best part, probably the best
man.
part of that movie.
He was great,
dude. He was intimidating, man. Like even for me, and like to see Puss scared was interesting, like you said, because he's used to being this like a whole big legend thing, which was part of his like his journey was like we saw a lot of people's stories come to a close, like Goldilocks, like I mentioned earlier, and stuff like that. But like the way his story, like he loved being this like the cat that everybody wants to be around, like the legend or whatever that's riding on the horse in the sunset. But like he decided to give all that up because he wanted to be with another great character, Kitty Softpaws.
Yeah, dude, Kitty Softpaws.
Yeah,
voiced by Salma Hayek. Right?
Yeah, Salma Hayek. Yeah. Salma Hayek.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, she was good, and we learned. I don't know if this was Shrek canon before that they were gonna get married.
Yeah,
and Puss dips out of there.
Yeah, dude.
But it has a good resolution at the end of the movie, and they tear the wish together with Goldilocks.
Yeah.
So I mean I think that was the whole movie and story came to a good resolution.
Yeah, for sure.
For all the characters. I mean, even with death personified in the wolf, that's what we learned. And I kind of said that during the movie.
Yeah, you did.
I was like, I don't think he's actually really a bounty hunter. I was like, he's got to be some kind of figment of his imagination. But the others could see him. But yeah, I think because the whole time he was acting like big bad wolf. He was acting big and bad. And then Puss isn't scared of him anymore, and he just walks off defeated. Yeah,
he walks off. He walks away, and he's like, "I'll come for you eventually." But like, he was only able to operate in Puss's mind because Puss was scared of him. Like, because he was scared of death.
Yeah,
and that's the only reason that like the guy was all the big bad wolf. Like, once you deflate the big bad wolf, then he's just a regular, dog.
Yeah, and I think that's a good message that this movie gives.
Yeah,
I mean, because Puss was living, and the dog said it at one point.
Yeah.
He was like, I've only had one life this whole time, and I'm just glad I finally got someone to share with.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it's just a good message, because, I mean, it's just a good message.
It opened up, like, his mind, or the whatever, Puss, like, it opened up his mind to, like, see that it's not just about being the legend. It's about actually living life to the fullest with other people. Which I thought, that's a great message for young children and adults alike, because I enjoyed the movie.
And I like this in an animated movie or any movie in general. There's a family message at the end, family-oriented message.
Yeah.
Because Puss and Kitty Softpaws, they got back together, and kind of, I feel like the dog was kind of like their kid in a way.
Yeah, almost like their kid in a way.
Yeah, and they're gonna take care of him because he never had a family, and his parents dropped him off at a river.
His litter tried to kill him.
Yeah,
that was one of the darker parts of the movie.
And he was just like so happy the whole time telling that story.
Yeah, no, they were like, they put me inside, or he put me inside a sock and they threw me into the river, and that sock had a rock in it, and I was drowning to the bottom, but I got out of it.
And he's like, at least I have a sweater now.
Yeah, I was like,
that's one optimist right there.
Yeah, that is one optimist, dude, and being content in all situations. But
and then with Goldilocks, not to interrupt you, she was looking for a different family, and then she realized that she had a family and the people that took care of her.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, all around, I think it was a good story.
Yeah, every single plot line that they started came to a satisfying close. I mean, where would you rank it in our actually? Maybe that was just a little Easter egg, because we're dropping a video after Christmas. Our top 5 movies of the year.
Yeah, something like that. And we'll have some honorable mentions, I'm sure. But
yeah.
As far as we did do the animated playoffs.
Oh yeah.
I mean, now that we have the movies from every studio, we can slide this one in there, and I think it would be an A tier.
A tier in the 65 best.
Yeah, which is high praise.
That is high praise.
Considering that's the best to ever do it. Now I'd have to look at the list, but yeah.
Yeah, we'd have to re-look back at the list. I could venture to put an S tier, but I think A tier is satisfying. I think that was a good.
I mean, it's a really good movie, and it came out around Christmas, and that's why I like add the family message, especially around Christmas time.
Yeah, very fitting. So anyway, if you guys go watch it, let us know what you guys think, and thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in the next one.